If the world fell apart tomorrow, would you? Because here's the truth. The chaos outside you is powerless until it finds chaos inside you. But the prepared mind, it trained for storms while it's still calm. Nothing bad happens to the prepared mind. Emotional resilience is a skill like reading, writing, and arithmetic, something you can learn and master. And just like any skill, the more you practice, the better you get. I was recently in a training with a group of mental health clinicians who were learning about trauma-informed care. Number 1 is nothing bad happens to the prepared mind. In my experience, a lot of the emotional distress that people experience comes from having expectations that are too high, either of themselves or of other people, or of a situation. We live in a culture that values strength and stoicism, and sometimes even to the point of toxic positivity. Remember, nothing bad happens to the prepared mind. Set reasonable expectations and practice self-compassion. But the truth is that being strong and resilient doesn't mean never experiencing negative emotions. In fact, it's quite the opposite. It means being able to experience the full range of human emotions, even the uncomfortable ones, and still functioning, still showing up, and still living a life that is meaningful to you. So practice self-compassion. Know that it's okay to not be okay, and that's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of humanity. Let's take the example of going to a restaurant. If you go to a restaurant and you order a steak, and then you expect that steak to arrive and it's medium rare, but you ordered it medium, well, you're going to be disappointed. Your expectation was that it would be medium rare, but maybe the chef only cooked it to medium because that's what you ordered. And so you have to be careful with your expectations. So many people go into therapy and they expect that the therapist is going to wave a magic wand and all of their problems will be solved in a few short sessions. That's not realistic. Therapy takes time, and it requires work both inside and outside of the therapy session. Same thing with building emotional resilience. It takes time to learn these skills and then to practice them and then to get better at them, to set reasonable expectations. Know that it's going to take some time, but also know that it's worth it because the payoff is huge. This is a quote from the late great Maya Angelou. And this really speaks to the power of having knowledge and skills and how that can help you prepare for a wide range of different situations. Nothing bad happens to the prepared mind. If you show up to work and you do your job well, you get good at your job. People notice that and give you more responsibilities. You prepare for an exam and study for it and know the material. You're much less likely to experience that dreaded feeling of, I don't know when that exam comes around. And similarly, if you learn about emotional resilience and how to build it and practice those skills, you're going to be better able to manage the inevitable stressors that come up in your life. So that's the first thing you can do. Nothing bad happens to the prepared mind. One of the things that we talked about was how to help people develop emotional regulation skills so they can better manage their stress and their emotions. And one of the clinicians asked, how do you help someone who has experienced a lot of trauma develop emotional resilience? So let me answer that question by answering a different question. How do you build emotional resilience? Well, here are 3 things that you can do to start building your emotional resilience right now. The second thing you can do is set reasonable expectations. And then the third thing you can do to build your emotional resilience is practice self-compassion. So those are 3 things that you can do to start building your emotional resilience today. Thanks for watching. Please share with your family and friends, and subscribe for more truths and wisdom.